in reference checks and references do's and don'ts. Okay? So we're going to go through that. What I'll do at the end of this session, I will definitely drop this in your inbox. So you will have this on hand at all times so you can make reference to it. Alrighty?
Yeah.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Morning, Taliban.
Morning. Sorry about yesterday. I had a net problem.
Okay. I figured something was wrong because you normally don't just disappear on us like that. So we figure, something is wrong, right? Okay. Alrighty. So reference, I'm just going to read this out and I'm just going to chat a little bit about each one. References are a critical part of your job search, and we chatted about that yesterday. They provide a potential employer with information about your past work history, your skills, and abilities. So employers will contact references to confirm information that you have provided during the interview and also on your resume. Employers want to know more about your qualifications in the previous work or other fields. So the reason sources of references may be from previous employment and from activities outside work. If a company is having difficulty deciding which of the two individuals to make an offer to, references are usually the deciding factor. Do you understand that part, right?
Yes.
The company wants to make, I gotta correct this part here, to make good decisions based on your interview and references. Good references will land you a job. So here we go down. So if you're coming as a newcomer, it is great if you have a written reference, to attest that you have worked at the company, the job you performed, and who you really are as an employee.
You mean a service letter?
Service letter?
You mean a service letter, or?
We call it written references. Do you have one?
No, how that will look like?
Okay, so we will go through this. So
Okay.
A written reference is called an open letter of recommendation.
Okay.
I've never heard the word service, but we call it open letter of recommendation. So this is a reference letter that usually begins with "to whom it may concern," because at the time they're writing the letter for you in your country, they would know who you're going to be employed with, right? So it says "to whom it may concern," and may assist you in your job search if the information is very positive and it is skill-oriented. For MOFID, what you can do if you haven't gotten what we call letter of recommendation, you could actually write to your company and ask them to send you one.
Okay.
And it is really good to have.
Okay.
Okay, make sure they write it "to whom it may concern" so you can use it whenever you want to use it.
Okay.
Okay. It is not going to convince a prospective employer of your strength because it's just going to talk about your skill-oriented, your skills. Okay. On the other hand, a written references list given at the interview indicates, so if you have this letter, it indicates you are prepared for the meeting and that your references are prepared to support the information you have given during the interview. You got it? So although you don't have a verbal reference, you can get this written reference and bring it along with you to the interview. And it's telling the employer, hey, I'm prepared. I have my letter of recommendation. I'm ready to move forward. Unless specifically requested reference lists or letters should not be. So what it is saying here, when you are applying for a job, never attach your references. to the application. And we used to put long time ago at the bottom of your resume, references available upon request. That's not needed anymore. So you don't need to put that there on your on your resume anymore.
Okay.
So you never send your references with your application for a job. Never. You only bring it along with you to the interview. This information should be given at the interview, thereby allowing time for you to brief your references. So, you see, I highlighted this, brief your references about the job opportunity and prepare them to be contacted. So, when you are selecting references, you have to make sure that the person has good communication skills and is able to attest to your abilities, your skill sets, your traits, all those good things about you. And they must be able to speak clearly, concisely, and tell the employer and answer the questions that the employer will be asking. So be very careful when you're selecting references. This can cost you the job, by the way. So just bear that in mind. If you've got somebody who gave a reference, who you got as a reference, and the person was not able to attest to, who you are really in the way that the employer is looking for, it could cost you the job. So you got to brief the reference about the job. And sometimes the best thing to do, if you trust this person, is to give them a copy of your resume and the name of the company that will be contacting them. Company may not call your reference if you can provide a letter of recommendation. So in your case, Mofid, if you got a letter of recommendation, they may not call the company to confirm what's in the letter, but they may.
Yeah.
They may send a quick email because now everything is electronic, right?
Yeah.
So they may send, to whomever you worked, can you confirm answer these questions for us? Mofid has applied for a position here. Can you please let us know, your thoughts on his employment with you?
Okay.
So always ask for written references before you leave a company. And it doesn't apply, this doesn't apply to just people coming from abroad. It also applies to you living here and working here in Canada, because sometimes company closed down, you know that, right? And they migrated to another province or something like that. So the best thing to do whenever you leave a job or moving on, it's always good to get a written reference before you move on. Okay, any questions so far? So, what are we saying here? You must get references, you must have good communication skills. References are needed in the job application, but you do not attach it in your application. You only do it in the interview segment when they ask you for it. So who can you ask for a reference? A reference is someone who can speak honestly about your skills, your abilities, values and beliefs, personal qualities and strengths. Because references will be speaking about you to potential employers, it's very important to choose them carefully. So there are 3 types of references. And if you can't get all 3, you can get 2. And that should be okay. But 3 would be ideal. There are 3 types, and they're employment or volunteer references. So, Alicia, you're volunteering, correct? Alicia? Okay.
Pardon me, I didn't hear you.
Are you You're volunteering right now, am I correct?
Yes.
You could get a reference from the place that you're volunteering your services.
Okay.
Yeah, you can ask them for a reference there. And usually ask a supervisor for this, okay? This could be paid or through work volunteer, that's fine. the more recent your involvement with your employer, the better it is. An interviewer will ask questions why you are not using previous employers as reference. So, and this happens a lot. If you kind of got let go from your job, you were dismissed, the employer, you may not want a reference from that employer. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right.
If you are not in a good terms with them.
Right. Exactly. Right. So, if you have on your resume that you work at ABC company up until August of this year, but when you presented your reference, there was no reference from ABC company. So the interviewer may question that. So now you will have to have an answer why you don't have a reference from them, and that was your last employment. Okay? So whatever the reason, you will have to come up with something that doesn't sound like I was.
Has to be diplomatic.
Exactly, very diplomatic in answering that question. So that's another thing when you are doing your resume, and you have worked and you have not presented the most recent employment as a reference. So interviews look out for that. Academic references are teachers or instructor who has known you for some time. This type of reference is able to provide information about you, which could reflect how well you could do on the job. So it's just like what we're doing here, okay? This workshop. I don't know you. You don't. I don't know your work habits or anything much about you. I could say that that you are punctual and you have good communication skills and all of those things, but I couldn't say that you're a hard worker. Correct? So this is an academic reference. So you could use Gwendolyn, by the way, because I'm going to be writing information as much as I could about each person and pass it on to her. So she will have all of that, and you could use her as a.
Get angry also.
Yeah, they jeopardize the job. Yeah, they could. So always ask permission before you use a person as a reference. Always.
Thank you for giving permission for us, for the whole team, before we ask itself. Highly appreciate.
Okay. You're most welcome. Okay, then we have the personal or character reference. An adult who is able to vouch for your good character and discuss your desirable personality traits. Okay, so those could be who do you think would do that?
A friend?
No, you'd have to do somebody like your lawyer, your doctor, your dentist, somebody in your church, somebody who has good standing. So if you go to church or you belong to a body, like a group, you could use the leader as a reference.
Okay.
Right? If you go to church, you could use your pastor or your whomever is the head of the church as a reference, because they can say, Mufid is always here. He's a really pleasant person. He's honest, and he's somebody who has good personality. Yeah, I mean, he has great personality, and has good character. Okay, so you can use people like that as a personal or character reference. When choosing reference, select people who have high opinion of you. There you go. Good communication skills. I remember calling someone for a reference on a position that we were trying to fill. And the person was on the bus when I called, who I got as reference. They were on the bus.
Okay.
And first of all, I couldn't hear them, and they were shouting in the phone. And they couldn't hear me. In a case like that, of course, the person never got the job. But in a case like that, if you're going to give a person as a reference who is maybe take the call when they're on the bus or driving, tell the person, whomever you're given as a reference, not to answer the phone if they see a display of the company that's calling that you've given them, who will be calling as a reference check. Got it?
Okay.
Because the employer needs the person's full attention. They'll ask questions like, how well do you know this person? Can you tell me about the person's work habit? Can you tell me if this person is reliable? Can I count on this person? Now, if you're on the bus, can you answer all those questions?
No.
No, exactly. You cannot. And if you're driving, unless you have one of those, Bluetooth.
Hands-free.
Exactly. And you have to concentrate because this is a person's life you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is a person's life. The livelihood is for them getting the job or not getting the job. So I always say, if the employer calls or the recruiter calls and you're in transit and you're unable to take the call, or you're in a home where children are making noise or the TV's on, try not to take the call at the time. Let it go to voicemail, and they will leave a message and you can call them back or they will call you back. Okay, you tell the reference that's what they need to do, because a lot of people will lose their opportunity just by the reference not understanding that this is a very serious situation and your livelihood depends on it. Okay, so select your references very carefully. Understand the reference must understand the roles, the duties, and responsibilities of the job for which you're applying. So give them a copy of your what? If they need to understand what you're applying for, what are you going to give them?
Reference.
Resume.
Resume. Thank you. Resume. Okay, so here we go. Some tips for newcomers. As a newcomer to Canada, you might not have many job references or Canadian experience, right? True. And why do you need Canadian experience? Now, this is I don't know. This Canadian experience thing is gone over. It's just too much now. That's my take on it anyway. For many employers, it means that it says, do you not have work experience in Canada? That's what they're saying to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But it can also mean that an employer doesn't know how to evaluate the work that you did outside of Canada with their understanding of a particular position. It can also mean that an employer doesn't think you'll fit into their corporate culture. Okay, so here's a big do. So this is what they all think, that, you don't have Canadian experience. We don't think you're going to fit in our culture. You may have communication barrier because your mother tongue may, is quite different from English. All these things will cross their mind.
How to overcome this if there is a situation like this?
Okay, you need to become familiar with Canadian life and culture. One of the things you could do, Mofit, is to volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
When you volunteer here,
Okay.
You could use it as a reference, and Canadian employers will see that, he volunteered, he has some Canadian experience, because volunteering is considered Canadian experience.
Okay. That's what I think Alicia is doing now.
Exactly, and she did the right thing.
Okay.
So they will not question that now. They will
Understand.
not question that.
So that when it comes to volunteer, like we don't need a work permit or anything, just we can go and, work.
No,
and
you don't
things.
need nothing. You just go and
Okay.
say, you know what, I'd like to volunteer my time, maybe 3 hours a day,
Okay.
Just to get some Canadian
So-
experience under my belt. And a lot of companies will say, okay, fine, great, come on in.
So how do we approach the companies like in my industry, and then all the big companies, will they entertain this volunteering?
Yes, they do. They do. Yes, they do.
Okay.
They
Okay.
do. They
Sounds
do
good.
everything. Yes. So you just need to pick up the phone
Mm-hmm.
and and connect with the HR department
Okay.
and let them know that you'd like to volunteer some time in the organization and that this is your field of work and you'd love to volunteer some time.
So if they ask why the reason you want to volunteer or something,
I would like to gain some Canadian experience.
okay.
Yeah.
So that will help at least if you work for 3-4 months time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It changes everything.
But will they provide the letter, what you're saying?
Yes, they will.
Okay.
Yes, they will.
So there is no any payment involved, so they will not pay anything, just we go voluntarily work and come.
Some companies, if you have your legal papers here, to work,
Yeah.
they will say, Mofid, you can volunteer, but we're going to pay you minimum wage.
Okay.
Because, you need to get bus fare to and from.
Yeah.
You need to have lunch money. A lot of companies do that. I know the hospitality industry does it when people volunteer. They give them minimum wage just to keep them going.
Okay. That sounds good.
And that is a way to get your foot in the door.
Okay, that's good idea.
Because you build relationships while you're there.
Yeah. We get more contacts and then from there we can move on.
Absolutely. So it's a good way. So employers always have this in the back of their mind about this Canadian experience thing. Okay, and this corporate culture. So I'm going to tell you something, and it can be a little bit scary, and you may ask me why, Lorna. When a person walks into an interview, the very first thing that comes to an employer's mind is this person's going to fit in our culture.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. So first impression is lasting. So make sure that, you dress appropriately, have good communication skills, and your impressions, are there. Everything is in a package. You package everything. When they see you, it's like, yes, this person will fit in. He may not have Canadian experience, or you have 3 months of volunteering experience, but hey, it's going to fit in. So the first question comes to an interviewer's mind is, will you fit in our organization? And it is really their corporate culture. And I gave you a handout of Canadian culture, right? You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're saying for newcomers, become familiar with Canadian life and culture. It's a nation of immigrants with different experiences and cultural influences. When employers look at Canadian experience, they are trying to ensure that you are familiar with the customs, policies, and other attributes of Canadian life. Okay, so that's what it is really. That's coming across their mind. So here are some references that newcomers can use. Employment references can be written. That's the one we talked about earlier on, right? From your own country. You can provide a written reference and attach it with the reference list as it. So Mofid and all newcomers, if you have a letter of reference or recommendation, we call it, what you do when you make your reference sheet, and I'm going to show you how to do that, you attach this letter to the reference sheet.
Okay.
So do not give away your original copy. You make photocopies of it and keep it.
Okay.
And you attach a copy of that to the reference sheet.
So that the sheet, you mean to say we have to share to the person and then get it signed and then...
No.
Okay.
No, I'm going to take you through that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to take you through that. Alrighty, so but you're going to attach it to the sheet. Volunteering experience, it comes right back to you, Mofid. Ask an organization which you volunteer for is a good way to demonstrate you understand Canadian working culture.
Mm-hmm.
Academic references like myself and Wendelin or Holly, you can definitely use that because you attended this course. And for Telban, you could use Windsor University of Windsor.
Yes.
Yep. Omalara.
Yes, please.
You could also use your reference from your PSW training, your instructor.
Okay.
Yeah, academic reference.
Okay.
And I know Alisa has hers. And Ash,
Yes.
you have references, right? Because you've worked here.
I don't, in fact, or at least none that I could still use. Most of them are like a decade old at this point. Not that I think any of my employers would speak badly of me if they were to be called, but I definitely don't have any reference letters sitting around.
But is okay. So from the past workplaces, you could get a reference from them. Like, can you get? Can you? Would you be able to get a name of a supervisor, a manager?
Probably not, since I doubt any of the supervisors I previously worked for are still working at those places.
What about a person who managed the department? Anybody?
Unlikely, no.
No. Okay. So okay. So you would have to just.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
We can brainstorm about that. Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. Okay, so newcomers prefer academic references are great. If you've gone to university and you know your professor quite well, you could also use them back home. Okay? College professors, university, learning institution, all of those, you can use them. You just need to contact them and let them know that you're going to be using them as a reference prior to you giving the name and contact information. Alrighty. Or if your professor can send a letter for you, that'd be even awesome. To say that, you're an awesome student. You're a great student. Personal character reference, people from professional association, religious organizations, and community centers. Okay. So if you go to a community center, like I know that your caseworker will not be a reference for you, by the way. I've gone down that road before. But you could maybe be like a receptionist at the community center. You could ask if they could be a reference for you, like a character reference. And this person must speak good English, by the way, and can say positive words about you. Alrighty, so any questions here?
No, all clear.
All clear, and I'm going to give you a copy of this.
Okay.
All right. How to prepare your reference. You need to aim for at least 3 contacts and add a few as backup just in case the first 3 you reach out to can't do it. They said, sorry, I can't do it. I don't have the time, right? So you need to you need to have some backups. Choose people who are smart and articulate and who can sell to a prospective employer on your good qualities. Got it? People who can think on their feet, because the questions, I think I have a question sheet of references. I'll have to look that up. But the questions that they're going to be asking are very quick, and they have to be quick thinkers. They have to think on their feet. They have to know what they're saying, and they have to be able to say it in a way that, show your good qualities. So be very careful. I cannot stress how you have to be very careful when choosing references. Contact them and ask for permission to use them as a reference. Yeah, we know that. Verify your information. Make sure the phone numbers, job titles, company names, and address on your references are correct. Alrighty, so everything must be up to date and correct. Have your list ready and bring it to every interview. Inform references of your current situation and how your job search is going. What job opportunities you are pursuing. So it's a good thing to talk with your references, let them know how things are coming along with the job search. it is better to give references a copy of your resume. Like I totally believe in this one. Give references a copy of your resume. Because they're not going to remember everything. Ask them what they feel your strengths are. Remind them of your positive comments they could honestly make about you. Remind them of the positive comments they could honestly make about you. So you could say things like, if they asked you about my integrity, what would you say? Right? Hello?
So we can prepare 3 friends for that.
Sorry?
3 friends, like we can prepare 3 friends to what to say.
No, you can't give friends as references.
Like how do the
Cannot
employers know that's my friends?
They will ask, so what the relationship is it between you and Taliban?
Then you have to train the friend.
Yeah, train the friends to lie.
Train the friend to lie.
And if he tells something else, then it's gone.
Yeah, so be careful. That's all I can say. If you're going to use
Dangerous.
a friend, I know for newcomers it's kind of tricky. It's kind of hard. If you're going to use a friend, make sure the person is able to think on their feet. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
They're quick thinkers. Because some of the questions can be very tricky. How long do you know Taliban? What's your association with him? I'm a friend.
Class போய்க்கொண்டிருக்கு ஒரு 10
Okay.
நிமிஷம் பாக்குறீங்களா ஆட்கள் வராங்க.
Or you could say we're past co-workers,
Office colleague.
office
பாருங்க 10
colleagues.
நிமிஷம் நான் பாரு 10
Yeah,
நிமிஷம்.
could say that. If truly, I'm not telling you to lie. I refuse to do
Okay,
that.
okay, பாருமா.
But if that's the position you're in and you have to make do with what you have, then make sure that you choose somebody who is able to and can think on their feet. Because the questions can be very tricky. They're not a set of questions that is in a book. They just look at the position, they look at your resume, and then they ask, and then they go through the interview and look at the questions you answered and sort of summarize who you are, and then they ask questions based around those. So it's a combination of the resume, the interview, and the position that they're trying to fill. And those are the questions they come up with. So there's no set rules of questions that they ask. Okay? homes and there are leisure homes. So leisure homes are where the rich people go.
Okay.
They're like a hotel.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a hotel, and so they pay a lot of dollars per month to stay there, and they have PSW workers who come in because some of these people are ailing from different things, and they need somebody to take care of them. So PSW are also a part of their organization. So you went to Chartwell, and you did a great interview, and they go, yes, we want to get Omalar in here.
Yeah.
Her references. Okay? So remember,
Call it leisure home?
they call leisure homes.
Okay.
And it's a great place to work because you're not around a lot of sick people.
Okay.
And it's very uplifting because I've been in one of them. I've looked around. And it's like a hotel. It's just like a hotel. The rooms are beautiful. The accommodation. Some of these people have like 2-bedroom suites because they can afford it, right? Yeah. So anyway, so just remember to call your references. Let them know I just had an interview. I feel good about this position, and this is the name of the person who interviewed me. This is the name of the company, and this is a position I'm applying for. Look at my resume as I left with you, and go over it because they may be calling you shortly to do a reference check on me. Okay? So keep good relationship with your references. Keep them abreast of what's going on with your job search at all times. You must always say thank you. You know that's so important in life. Always follow up with your references, and always say thank you, even if you didn't get the job or not. Okay? Always say thank you. It's a great thing to do. So this is how you format your resume sheet. Format for references. So here we go. You put the reference, your name. This is your name. Okay, John Smith, or Omalara. You put your name here, address, your phone number, and your email contact. Then you put the person, their job title, the relationship. This is optional, by the way. I wouldn't put that, but if you want to, you could. The name of the company, their address, their phone number, and this is optional again, the best time to call. So if the person you're using is working from 9 to 5, and they prefer to be called after 5 or 6, you got me? So they're able to take the call and speak quietly and with confidence about you, then you will want to put the best time for the employer to call. Right? Hello?
Yes. Yes. Understand.
So this is optional, but if you're given a reference of a professor, and we know that he's in class
Lecture.
certain time, lecture. You're not going to put when he's in lecture, right? You put the best time that they can reach him, and that's optional too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have 2, that's okay. If you have 3, that's great. If you have 4, that's absolutely awesome. Okay? So this is how you do your reference sheet. So do you guys know how to use Word, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to, can you think of any references off the top of your head, apart from me? Alicia?
Reporting managers who we worked with, or the supervisor, or the team leader.
Okay, so I'm going to get you to do a mock-up of your references, each person this morning before break, and I'm going to ask you to share with me. So I'm going to send this to you now. I'm going to drop it in your box. Okay, so these are some of the questions the references may ask. An employee may ask a reference. Can you verify the dates and can you verify the dates the employee worked for your company? Okay. What was the employee's job title? Can you verify the employee's salary? So in an interview, the employer is going to ask you, and this is a must, what is your salary expectations? This question is a must. They will always ask this. If you were working at a company prior and you were making $50,000 a year, and you told the employer you were making $75,000 or $60,000, when they call to verify your salary for a similar position that you're applying for, they're going to say, oh, he didn't tell me the truth or she didn't tell me the truth, right? So be careful about the salary expectation. I'm going to tell you how to answer that question when you're writing your resume. No, this is your job interview, and I'm not doing that with you, but I'll tell you now. So when you're ask for the expectation of salary expectation, never give a number. Give them a range. So when you do your Glassdoor search on the position, because I gave you Glassdoor for salary, remember? I gave that to you.
Yes.
Yeah. It will tell you that for this particular position, they're paying $60,000 a year. So when you are given a range, you know the maximum is 60,000, right? So you are going to give what? 55 to 60. You got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't go 60 to 70 when you know the range is 60.
So most of the vacancies I've seen that they used to put like 25 per hour or 27 per hour, like that they normally give that. So based on that,
Okay, so perfect. Good question. Very good question. If they already put the rate of pay on there, you just say that I'll accept the amount posted on the job.
okay,
there you go.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll accept. You know, employers do not like to talk about money because if you're going there to talk about money, you're just here for the money.
Money. Yeah, they don't like it.
And you're not going to get the job. So I say always give them a range that they can play around with, close to what the maximum is, but give them a range because you're new to the country, you're new to working in their organization. So if the maximum is 60, let them play around with that $5,000. You got it? And they may say, oh, you know what? We will start at 57,000. Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay.
Yes.
But if they had already posted it, just say, what's posted on the website is that it's, I'll accept whatever is posted on the website. Because it's $25 an hour. Right? Okay, I got to take a drink. But in your in your interview workshop with Gwendolyn, she will go over this with you as well. Where am I? Okay. Can you give a basic description of the job the employee had? Okay, so make sure that you're truthful when you have in your interview and on your application. What was the working relationship with the employer? Okay. Was the employee reliable on time? Were sick days excessive or kept to a minimum? So what they're trying to figure out here is what?
Are you punctual to the work and are you regular to work?
Yes, exactly. You take your work serious and do you always call in sick all the time? Are there any negative aspects of the employee that stand out? Yep. Always on the phone. Always taking personal calls. No, you don't want him to say that. I'm just saying that because I've heard that before. What positive attributes stand out? Oh, okay. Very pleasant, very helpful. Always asking if they can, help in other situations. Oh, really? Did the employee display an initiative? Do they take initiative? Now, this is a big thing in a job. Taking initiative. We know what that is, right? In other words, not waiting to be told to do something. You do it ahead of time, right? Take an initiative to maybe correct a problem, to address a situation, to take lead, take initiative. That's another question. Did the employee receive raises or promotion while within your organization? Absolutely. How did the employee interact with their peers? Are they, a team player? Do they, are very snobbish? That sort of thing. What is your overall impression of the employee? Now, this is a big one. And this is the massive one here, this one. Would you rehire this person? And I've heard no before.
So if they say no, can they ask why?
Yes, I would ask why. I would ask why. This person is a troublemaker.
So there should be a diplomatic answer for that as well.
Well, this question is only asked by a person, a reference that you've given where it's employment related, right? And if it's employment related, then you have to have good standing with your past employer for them to answer this question, right? And if it's really bad, they're going to say, I've been asked this question, this person. I've been used as a reference and I've been asked this question, and my answer is, I'm unable to comment on that. And if they say that, which was negative for me too, I didn't think the person deserved the job. I think the person was very lazy, and it's that I refuse to comment on that. Now, if they say that, you're not going to get the job.
So if we say yes, will they say, okay, then you go ahead and hire him?
Yeah, if the person says, absolutely, I would bring this person back any day, then yes, I would hire you. They're going to hire you. The chances are that
will the new employer thinks that again, this person after some time, he will go back to his previous job, since they also interested. So maybe he will have a backup job already.
That's a good one. Would you rehire this person? Yes. You could go back to so would you bring him back? Yes. But I think he's looking for growth, and where we are right now, there is no growth for him.
Mm-hmm.
They could say that.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing that you that may come up in the interview is a question surrounding this rehire thing. They will. One of the questions in your interview would be why would you like to work at this organization? Why did you choose our company?
That yesterday you given a presentation to do, which is due on Monday. So in that question is coming, why this company?
Right. So that question is going to be in there in your interview. So how would you answer that?
By finding out about the company first.
Yes, and so when you find about the company, what are the crucial elements of the research?
So we can say that the employees are being taken care very well. It's a stable company.
Right.
And how you want to grow in that company.
That's the answer. That is exactly what I was waiting for. I realize there's a lot of growth opportunity within this organization. After you've said all the great things about the company, right?
Yeah.
And this is very attractive to me because nobody wants to be stagnant. Employers like to hear that you want to grow and learn. So that's something you want to. Very good, Alicia. Wow.
Oh, thank
There's growth opportunity within your organization, and that is an attraction for me in my career path. And when you have said all the great things about their company, about the services, and what you think about them, you can say you realize there's growth opportunity within this organization.
You just to chime in, you do have to be a little careful with that answer though, because if you have to present it as in there's a growth opportunity within your company specifically, because if you just broadly paint it as I'm looking for growth opportunities, then that can occasionally be interpreted by employers as a flag that means, oh well, you're not going to stick around for very long. You're looking to just keep moving up.
Yeah. That is also.
Yeah, but so
Everybody's looking for that, right?
everybody is looking for growth, and
So-
but it's right, Ash. You're going to say all the great stuff about them, right? All the things that they do, and I realize that there is, after done my research, there is a good opportunity for growth within your organization, and this is something that's very attractive for me.
So sometimes, these HR guys, they are very tricky, and then they will ask, okay, while working with us, after 6 months, you found another company which is more attractive than this one, and there is more growth. Then what's your stand? If they ask, then
just lie to them.
Yeah. So they will ask, so where do you see yourself in this company? You can say, well, I see my company growing within your organization. That's another way that they can put it. Where do you see yourself? That's the question, is that are you going to stay with us or are you going to leave us? Right?
I think we should definitely not answer leave. We will leave the company. But even if we have thoughts like that, right?
Well, you can say stuff like, I see myself growing in the position and probably becoming a supervisor or manager, something like that. You could definitely say that.
we can convince them, maybe if we have worked in a previous company for more than 3-4 years, so that we can say that, see, I have been working for this company for past 4 years, and then I'm looking for something like this in this company as well.
You've been working with your previous company for the past 4 years.
And I'm just telling, if a person is working for the previous company for more than 3-4 years, so that they can tell that I've been working for this company for 3-4 years, past 3-4 years, and then I'm expecting the same kind of term here.
Yes, and you're not an opportunist, right? So
Yeah.
it will show from your past, in your background, that you've been with the company. Yes, they will notice that.
Then if you have been keep on changing every 6 months or 1 year, then they will think that, yes, it's going to be the same.
They will definitely ask you, where do you see yourself in this company within, in 5 years or so? And if they notice that, they probably will ask a question if you jump from job to job. Yes. Yeah. So some of these questions are, they're not, they may not ask if you're a stable employee in an organization for 4 years and more. They know that you're not going to hop, skip, and jump to another organization, that you will stay with them. But if the question does come up, be prepared for it. And growth, Ash, you may think that the employees don't want to hear about growth. They do want to hear about growth. And
No, that's not what I meant. I know they want to hear about growth. What I was saying is you have to be careful about how you word it so that they don't think that means all you're doing is moving up the ladder, even if that means jumping from company to company.
Oh gosh, no. Yeah, you absolutely have to be careful how you word it. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Totally. But that question may come up if you, if they find that you may not, if they in the interview they get the feeling, this person may not want to stay with us for a long period of time. Let's ask them this question. Okay? Alrighty, let's move on. Good argument, guys. Good argument. I like that. Okay, so Ash, can you read this part for me? References due, because you're such a great person to read stuff.
Sure.
Yes.
Reference dues ensure your reference will contribute positively to your job search. The ideal set of references should only include former superiors. 3 is the minimum number of references you should provide, but try to have 4 just in case someone can't be reached. Ask for permission to use them as a reference. Always carry a reference list when you are going to an interview. Coach your reference and stay in touch. Follow up and thank them whether or not you get the job.
Great. Let's go on. Finish up for me.
Okay. Reference don'ts. Never assume you can list someone as a reference. You should always ask someone's permission before listing them as a reference. Don't use a person you are not so familiar with. A reference cannot be related to you. Never list anyone who shares your address and telephone number. Don't accompany the reference list with your resume. Avoid mistakes in your reference list. Don't misspell little names or titles. Don't forget your reference list. Don't fold your reference list. Make it look professional.
Perfect. Okay. So that's the end of our workshop. Thank you, Ash. And any questions? So I'm open for questions. Any questions comes to mind?
No.
So far, all clear.
All clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you learned something today about references.
Important thing.
It's hard to reference because most likely, like, we are not very close to all the employees or supervisors. It's not
I know.
very practical.
I know it can be tricky. It can be tricky. So, what about are you with belong to a group in a church or association?
No.
No. Okay. What about your doctor, your dentist, your lawyer?
I have none like that.
No. Can you think of someone and just talk? Let's talk it out. What can you think of? Let's
only
talk.
friends list I have, like some friends are in touch, and yeah.
Do you know of anybody who owns a company?
No.
Do you know of anyone who is a manager or supervisor who works at a company that you haven't worked at, but they're just character references?
I just saw voice. I don't know.
Your wife?
No, I don't have a wife.
Only girlfriends.
No girlfriend, no wife.
Oh, okay. Already. Okay, let me think.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Hi, Luna. Can I ask a question?
Yes,
What
you
are
can
the
ask a question. Sure.
It's about the reference. Can I use somebody I knew here? I just knew her and she works as a PSW as one of my reference.
Yes. She's working.
Yeah, she's working. She has been here for like 7 years.
She is an associate through work then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And can I use a friend too?
Oh, we can use our co-workers?
You could use a coworker, yes.
Oh, then I have some. Yeah.
Yeah. But make sure the coworker knows about what you're applying for. You could use a coworker in your case because you're new to the country. I wouldn't know, but you've worked here. What about the places you've worked, Tilban?
Oh, I have
What
a
about
bunch
the
of places. Yeah, a lot of places there.
You have professional references then.
Yeah, co-works. A lot of co-works I know.
What about your supervisor?
Supervisors, I'm not very. I can provide the comment, but I'm not close to the supervisors.
You're not close, but you did have a supervisor, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if they remember my name because they've worked with a bunch of people and I don't even know if they know me actually.
Okay, so you could use a past co-worker then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be more like I mean, I just use that. I wouldn't put it in any category.
Okay. Must you use as in maybe somebody related? Does it have to be your reference? Must it be that it must be related to your field, or you can use any other field?
Oh no, you can use any other field.
Okay.
You don't. It doesn't have to be related to your specific field. But it would be nice to have somebody who is in the field that you're applying for. It would be very nice. Be a good thing to do. Alrighty. So let me send this off to you, and I would like you guys to after your coffee break, to put together your reference sheet. You can just put some fake names on it. I just want to see how it is going to look. If you don't have the name and contact information, just put something in there.
Okay, so in my case, just make it up, basically.
Yeah. Just make it up, because if you have the contact information, perfect. But if you don't, I just want to make sure that you know how to put it together. That's all. That's my intent. All right, so let me just send this off for you, and you can get working on it after your coffee break. All right, I'm going to stop sharing.
So is it break now?
Yeah, let's take a break now. Let me send it off to you, and then we'll come back at 11:30. Okay?
Okay.
I mean, yes, 11:30.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All righty. Good. Alicia?
Hello, I'm here.
Alrighty. Did you want to talk with me now?
Yeah, can I share the screen with you?
Yeah, let me allow.
Okay. Can you see it?
I see myself, my ugly self.
No, you're beautiful. Can you see now?
Yeah, I can see now. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so the place that I work for, the part-time,
Yeah.
and I only do 2 to 3 hours maybe out of the week. So one of the places that I go to, we're offering a part-time position. It's $25 an hour, and it's not much hours, probably 25 to 30 hours a week, which is not bad. But I took the position after the interview. They called me, and then she sent me this. So,
Okay, let me just read it.
oh,
So
sorry.
So they're offering you to start September 3rd, which is tomorrow.
Yes, my orientation tomorrow. I know we don't have class tomorrow. All of this is just training. Want me to go down?
Yeah, go down now. Oh, Belleville Avenue. Okay.
So this is next week. I know that I have class and I will come, but at 12:30, I know we break for lunch. Is it possible for me to continue on with my training after lunch?
I think so. So 12:30 to 4 is when you're going to be working on Tuesday, and Monday, Tuesday.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday 11 to 5.
Okay. Alrighty. So you just join in the morning, and we know you have to go at what time you leave? What time would you be leaving us at 12:15?
Actually, I would stay up until you go for lunch break, because even though I'll be taking the bus, I'll keep my headphones on during the class just to listen.
Okay. Congratulations. Oh my.
Thank you. That volunteering thing really works out, because you get so much different opportunities.
Yes, I'm so happy for you. Oh my.
Thank you.
My. I'm so happy. Congratulations. You're just here a couple of months, and look at you going. I'm was awesome. Really, really good. Alrighty, so what I need you to do is to send a copy of that to me, email it to me. I'm
Okay.
going to drop it in your file and I will let Holly know. She's going to be very happy for you as well.
Okay. Thank you. But I still want to continue, finish the class.
Oh, we'd love to have you. Definitely. Definitely. So you start on Friday.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are you happy? Are you excited?
Yeah. I worked there a few times with other pair workers, so I'm kind of used to it. And when we had the interview and they asked me about my experience, the minute I told them about me working there, I was like, oh, yeah, you work at our other location. So the next day, I think 2 days after, they called me to offer me the position.
Nice. I'm so happy. Oh my. Oh my, I'm so happy for you. We're going to miss you in the afternoon, but no worries. Do what you need to do, right? Do what you need to do. And this
That
is
resume, sorry, that resume building really helped too.
the resume.
Yeah, you teaching us how to do the resume really helped me put it together for them.
Oh wow, I didn't really do much on resume.
You did a lot.
Hardly anything.
Before I just used to like write a message and be like, hey, I'm looking for work. Lost.
Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Well, you're a quick learner because I really didn't do much. I did not touch your resume. I mean, we just talked briefly about it.
The skills and stuff, those are so important.
Oh wow, you were able to put your skill stuff together. Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
So thank you.
Congratulations, my dear. I'm really proud of you. Wow.
Thanks.
Congrats. Congrats. Now you can go have a latte now.
All right.
Go have a latte, okay?
Okay, you too.
Alrighty. Okay, good. So we're going to actually finish off a little bit earlier today because you guys need to work on your redoing your research. But I guess because you have a job, you may not want to do any more research now.
No, I can still do the research because I know I still want to follow my passion, but I have to get my foot in the door, work, move into an apartment, start a real life, and then move up.
I like your attitude. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Don't say I can't, and I will try. You're actually doing it.
Yeah, thank you.
You're actually doing it. And for somebody who's been here just for a very short time, that just shows that you're very ambitious, Alicia. Very ambitious. I really, really, I like what I hear. I like what I see, and I wish you all the success in life. You're going to make it. They're going to make it.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, go have a latte on me, okay? I wish I could pay for it.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk soon, all right?
Okay, bye.
Okay.
எனக்கு அடிச்சு என்ன 41 பிளாக் ஃப்ரைடே வந்து இப்போ ஆசம் திருப்பி வந்துக்கண்டா நான் சொன்ன அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட் நம்பரை முன்னே போடணும் அதெல்லாம் வந்து இப்போ அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட் நம்பர் என்ன 12 சாப்பிட்றேன்.
உதச்சி குடிச்சு என்ன சாப்பிட மாட்டேன்.
அது ஓகே.
என்ன வேண்டி இதுக்கு வந்து இதுக்கு இந்த கீழ்த்தட்டில் எடுக்கணும். மடிச்சு 4 பேர் வளர்ச்சி நான் ஒரு பார்க்குறதுக்கு இந்த இன்சுலின் மடிச்சு
ரெண்டரைக்கு தாங்க. ஓகே. அதான் நான் பஸ்ஸில் போயிட்டு மறந்துட்டேன். நான் 2 மணிக்கு தலைமுடி வெட்ட பொறுக்கிட்டோம். இது தாங்க உங்களோட ஃபோன்லேயும் வச்சு விட்றேன். உங்களோட ஃபோன்லேயும் வச்சு விட்றேன்.
முட்டை துப்புரம் எல்லாம் போயிட்டு ஒரு கிடக்கு.
இப்போ காணவே கிடைக்கல.
ராத்திரி ஒரு முட்டை ஒரு நாள் 10
எல்லாம் அங்காள வயிற்று வலை. அவள் இதெல்லாம் பார்த்தா சிவந்து
அது அவள் காட்டணும். கொஞ்சம் மேலெல்லாம் காட்டணும். மூட்டை கடிச்சு ஆனால் அங்கே மூட்டை மெத்தேரில் வெள்ளச்சியில் கொடுத்து கிடக்குது.
என்ன பெரிய அடிக்கடி துவைக்கிறது போல.
உடனே வச்சு அந்த போயிருந்தானே முழுக்க காட்டணும். கை கால் எல்லாம் வட்டம் வட்டம்
பயங்கர ரியாக்ஷன்.
Hello everyone, are we back?
Yep.
Alrighty. So in your box I dropped the reference workshop in there for you, so have a look.
How many to fill? 4 or 3?
Whatever you can fill.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you understand how to line it up and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you have done yours, just let me know and I'll let you share a screen. That okay?
Right.
Alrighty.
Is it in the Google Drive?
Google. Yes, it is.
What
I didn't
title?
put it, it's in there. Because I didn't put it in a folder. I just dropped it in there. Just take your time and look.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you want us to write in the same handout you gave us?
I want you to just open up a document in Word and do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And when you have finished, just share with me.
Okay.
So you see where they have references for John Smith? Everyone?
Yes.
You could actually put the word references at the very top.
Yeah, so just we will put our names there. We'll edit it.
Here. There. And I'm just going to do this, but I'm going to change it back. And to make that bigger, so make it into maybe 16. And you could underline it. And we can move it down. There you go. Okay? So if you could follow this format, don't put this there, delete that. But I won't do that for my work for the workshop. I'll just put it back.
So when they say format of, reference for John Smith, that like our name?
Yes.
Oh,
So Teban, at the very top, you put references and you underline it in big font, in a bigger font.
Okay.
Underline it, then put your name, your address, your phone number, your email, all the contact.
Okay.
And you said you may have a friend. You could put the friend's name as title. You don't have to put the relationship. I would leave that out for you. And the company name, the address, the phone number, and if you wanted the best time to call.
So if they are general laborers, I shouldn't put that?
They are general labor.
Yeah.
I would just put co-worker if you want to put that.
Okay.
Co-worker.
Okay.
General labor, in which department is that? Logistics?
Okay, so for example, my last company was like a food company, food production company. So it's
Okay.
like almost everyone called general labor there.
A packer?
I
What was
worked
the
in a
job?
meat production department. So it's like they bring we just
Yeah, I
work with
know.
a running line. So
A line worker. Okay. So leave the relationship open, and I would put the name of the person and put the name of the job title. I would put a line worker.
yeah, okay.
Okay. And relationship out, company name, address, phone number. You may not have all of this, but just make it up. I just want to make sure you guys have the format down before you go on.
Okay.
Hi, Lona.
Hi.
What's your job title I can put, please?
For the character, I would be your facilitator / coach.
All right. Company name, I will say
Achieve.
ACHI. Just only Achieve.
Yeah, and we're in Burnham Thorpe Road. That's our head office.
All right, I'll get that information, everything online.
Yeah, you can get it on internet, right? It's at Burnham Thorpe. Yeah.
Thank you.
So for example, if I give a coworker name, should I give the company address or his own address?
No, the company name and company address.
Company
not
address, right? Okay.
Yeah, and then when you give the address, you give the phone number for the
Company.
person.
Oh, for the person. Okay.
No, the guy's phone number, the girl's phone number,
Okay.
whomever you give them the phone number for.
Okay.
Because they're not going to call the company, they're going to call him, right, or
Yeah.
her, right? Well, Malara, are you there? Oh, Malara.
I'm here.
How's it coming along? How is your reference sheet coming along?
I'm just writing it. You know my problem.
I know your problem, yes.
Oh, I'm writing it out. I'm almost done.
Good, good, good.
So I'll read it out.
I'm gonna miss you guys when I'm finished with you.
That's
When I
nice
get-
of you to say.
Same.
Are you
Yeah.
finishing today?
No, no, I'm not. I have next week is our 5th week.
Okay.
So I have next week and the following week with you, but I'm just saying that I'm gonna miss you guys.
Oh, I will.
Oh,
Make
you
this
too.
too. Sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me do something while you guys are working there.
12 காலத்து சார் என்ன சாப்பாடு என்ன கறி? என்ன ஓகே தான். கட் பண்ணுங்க, வெளியில் போய் வெளியில் போய் ஆன்சர் கோலா அங்கே வெளியில் போய் இந்த கடை பாருங்க.
can have GT holidays வர ஏப்ரல் மே மாசத்துல உங்க குடும்பத்தோட 10 நாள் லக்ஸரியா பிரான்ஸ், இத்தாலி, ஸ்விஸ், ஆஸ்திரியான்னு யூரோப்பியா சுத்தி பார்க்கணுமா? உடனே ஸ்கிரீன்ல தெரியுற நம்பருக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணி GT holidays உடைய பிரீமியம் குரூப் டூரை புக் பண்ணுங்க. பேக்கேஜ்ல ஃளைட், அகாமடேஷன், விசா, சைட் சீயிங், இந்தியன் ஃபுட் எல்லாமே உள்ளடங்குது. எல்லாத்துக்கும் மேல இஎம்ஐ வசதி மாசம் 25,000 இருந்து இருக்கு. முகப்பேரின் முகமா திகழ்ற ஏஆர்டி ஜுவல்லர்ஸ் வட்டி இல்லா நகைக்கடன் திட்டத்தை சிறப்பா செயல்படுத்திட்டு வராங்க. ஏற்கனவே வட்டி கட்டிக்கிட்டு இருக்கவங்க நகையை மீட்டு ஏஆர்டி ஜுவல்லர்ஸ் உடைய வட்டி இல்லா நகைக்கடன் திட்டத்துல உங்க நகையை வச்சு பயன்பெறலாம். முதல் முறையா பாதி விலையில தங்கம் அப்படிங்கிற ஆஃபரும் கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. கோல்டு சிட் ஸ்கீம் மூலமா நகை எடுக்கிறவங்களுக்கு எந்த சேதாரமும் கிடையாது. ஒரு மாத தவணை தொகையை தள்ளுபடியும் பண்றாங்க. நிட்மிட் எல்இடி ஸ்மார்ட் டிவி 100% மேக் இன் இந்தியா திட்டத்துல உலகத்தரம் வாய்ந்த அனைத்து ஃபீச்சர்ஸும் கூட நிட்மிட் ஸ்மார்ட் டிவியை நீங்க வாங்கணும்னா இதுக்குன்னு பிரத்யேகமா உள்ள nitbit.com மூலமா ஆர்டர் பண்ணி தீபாவளியை முன்னிட்டு சுபிடாக்கிஸ் நேயர்களுக்கு ப்ளூ ஷர்ட் 40ங்கிற ப்ரோமோ கோடை யூஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா 40% டிஸ்கவுண்ட் உண்டு. 43 இன்ச்சஸ் டிவியை வெறும் 15,000 ரூபாய்க்கு கிடைக்கும். கேஷ் ஆன் டெலிவரி, இஎம்ஐ, இந்தியா முழுவதும் சர்வீஸும் உண்டு. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம திரையுலகத்தில் செல்வராகவன் என்ற வழி வந்துருக்கிற நானே பத்தி பார்த்தோம். கதையை பத்தி பார்த்தோம்னா படத்துல ரெண்டு பேரும் சின்ன வயசுலயே காட்டுறாங்க. ஒரு 10-12 வயசு இருக்கும்போது ரெண்டு பேர்ல ஒருத்தன் வந்து ரொம்ப முரடனா இருக்கான், இன்னொருத்தன் அப்பாவியா இருக்கான். இந்த முரட்டு பையனை அவங்க அப்பா ரொம்ப சீரியஸா கண்டிக்கிறாரு. இந்த சூழ்நிலையில அவன் வேற ஒரு சந்தர்ப்பத்துல இன்னும் முரடன் ஆகுறான். அதனாலேயே அவங்க அப்பாவை போட்டு தள்ளிடுறான். இதனால அவங்க அம்மா வந்து இந்த பையனை காப்பாத்திக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த அப்பாவி பையனை கூப்பிட்டு பிரிஞ்சு போயிடுறாங்க. இந்த ரெண்டு பசங்களும் வாழ்க்கையில மறுபடியும் சந்திக்கவே முடியாது அப்படிங்கிற சூழ்நிலையில ஒரு சந்தர்ப்பத்துல சந்திக்க வேண்டியதாகி போகுது. எதனால சந்திச்சாங்க, அதுக்கப்புறம் என்னாச்சு அப்படிங்கிற இந்த படத்துடைய கதை. இந்த படம் ஆரம்பிச்சு ஒரு 10-20 நிமிஷத்துலலாம் இந்த படம் ரொம்ப கேவலமான படமா இருக்க வாய்ப்பு இல்லை அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு நம்பிக்கை கொடுத்துச்சு. அதுக்கு முக்கியமான காரணம் இந்த படத்துல வில்லன் கேரக்டரை ரொம்ப அற்புதமா டிசைன் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. நம்ம அடிக்கடி சொல்றதுதான், எந்த ஒரு படத்துல வில்லன் கேரக்டர் ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்குதோ அந்த படம் மோசமா இருக்க வாய்ப்பு இல்லை அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த படத்துல இந்த வில்லன் கேரக்டர் ரொம்ப அழகா டிசைன் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. அதனாலேயே அந்த கேரக்டர் மேல நமக்கு ஒரு பெரிய எதிர்பார்ப்பு கொடுத்துச்சு. அதுவே தான் இந்த படத்துக்கு செகண்ட் ஹாஃப்ல பிரச்சனையா வந்துச்சு. செகண்ட் ஹாஃப்ல அந்த கேரக்டருக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுத்து இந்த படத்தை ரொம்ப நல்ல படம்னே சொல்லியிருக்கலாம். சமீப காலமா ஒண்ணுக்காத கதை கூட 3 மணி நேரம் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்காங்க. இவங்க எடுத்து வச்ச காவியத்தை அந்த 3 மணி நேரத்துக்குள்ள அடக்க முடியாம பார்ட் 2 வருது அப்படின்னு வர பயமுறுத்துறாங்க. அப்படிலாம் இல்லாம இந்த படத்தை வெறும் 2 மணி நேரம் தான் எடுத்திருக்காங்க. இந்த 2 மணி நேரத்துக்கே கூட இந்த கதையில ஸ்டப் இல்லை, கொஞ்சம் இழுத்து தான் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்காங்க. அது கொஞ்சம் இழுவையா தான் இருக்கு. ஆனால் இந்த படத்துக்கும் பாட்டு வர்ற மாதிரி ஒரு லீடை கொடுத்து வச்சிருக்காங்க. படத்துடைய கதையை பொறுத்தளவுக்கு புது கதை தான். இது வந்து ஒரு சைக்கோ த்ரில்லரா அல்லது ஒரு ஹாரர் படமா அப்படிங்கிற குழப்பத்திலே படத்தை கொண்டு போனது ஒரு ரசிக்கும்படியாக இருந்தது. அதே போல் படம் முடியறதுக்கு ரொம்ப நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடியே படத்துடைய கிளைமேக்ஸ் இதுவாக தான் இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறத டெஸ்ட் பண்ண முடிஞ்சதுனால கிளைமேக்ஸ் மேலே பெருசாக நமக்கு ஆர்வம் இல்லாமல் போயிடுச்சு. அதே போல் படத்தில் 2 தனுஷ், அந்த நடுவில் அந்த ஒரு பொண்ணு தான் கதை அப்படின்றப்ப இந்த 3 பேரை வச்சு படம் எடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னு சொல்லிடுவாங்கிறதுக்காக பிரபு, யோகி பாபுலாம் செகண்ட் ஹாஃபில் கூப்பிட்டு சுற்றிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அவங்க எதுக்கு வந்தாங்கன்னு தெரியல. படத்தில் தனுஷ் 2 கேரக்டருமே வழக்கம் போல் நல்லாவே பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. பொண்ணு ரொம்ப நல்லா நடிச்சிருந்தது. அவங்களுக்கு அந்த தூக்கம் இல்லாத மாதிரியே வருவாங்க. அந்த மேக்கப்லாம் கூட ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. யுவன் சங்கர் ராஜா மியூசிக்கில் பேக்ரவுண்ட் மியூசிக்லாம் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. அந்த வீரா சூரா பாட்டு ரொம்பவே நல்லா இருந்தது. கேமரா ஒர்க்கும் நல்லா இருந்தது. இந்த படம் மார்க்கெட்டில் நல்ல வேல்யூ உள்ள படம் தான். இந்த படத்துக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் செலவு பண்ணி கூட எடுத்துருக்கலாம். ஆனால் படம் பார்க்கும்போது செலவை சுருக்கி டைட்டாக படம் எடுத்த மாதிரி இருக்குது. இன்றைக்கி தேட்டரில் படம் பார்க்கும்போது அதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் தேவைப்படுது இல்லையா? ஆனால் இந்த படம் பார்க்கும்போது ஒரு ஓடிடி எடுத்த படம் பார்த்து மொத்தத்தில் இந்த படம் எப்படி இருக்குது அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, நாங்கள் ஆரம்பத்திலே சொல்ல மாதிரி இந்த படத்தில் வில்லன் கேரக்டர் ரொம்ப அருமையாக டிசைன் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. அந்த கேரக்டருக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுத்துருந்தாங்கன்னா இந்த படத்தை நல்ல படம் அப்படின்னே சொல்லியிருக்கலாம். இருந்தாலும் நீங்கள் லாஜிக் மிஸ்டேக்லாம் பார்க்காம பெரிய எதிர்பார்ப்புலாம் இல்லாமல் போய் இந்த படத்தை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரே படத்தில் ஒரு ஹாரர் படமும் ஒரு சைக்கோ த்ரில்லரும் பார்த்து திருப்தி கிடைக்கும்.
Hello?
Yes.
Alrighty, it's now 12 o'clock. Did you guys want to work on it and then we can resume for lunch at 1 o'clock? Is that would that work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, alrighty. So let's do that then. Just take your lunch, work on it, and we come back at 1 o'clock. Alrighty? So see you then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Are we just the reference part of it?
Yeah. Well, everybody, if you're finished, then we can look at it. But if I don't think everyone is all done.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So I will see you on Monday.
Okay.
Alicia?
Yeah, not today. I'm not leaving yet.
Oh, that's right. Today's Thursday. Okay. See you.
Sorry.
See you on at 1 o'clock then. Okay. See you at 1.
Okay.
So finish it off, take lunch, and then we'll resume at 1.
Okay.
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 Mhm.